I'm sure this has happened to all of you in some way or another, whether it be from your parents or friends. But as a child, somebody informed you that the caffeine in coffee stunts your growth and that children are more sensitive to the effects of this caffeine than adults. This, my friends, is false. According to a study by the University of Delaware, coffee has been proven to have no effect on the growth of adolescents, as well as through various reports, children are not only as similarly as sensitive to caffeine as adults, they actually metabolize it faster as well. That being said, don't just stuff your kids full of caffeine. Today, I'm going to inform you on all the juicy little secrets about coffee that you've been so often lied about as a child. First, let's go into a brief history about coffee. Supposedly discovered by Kaldi, an Ethiopian farmer, coffee has been on the minds of many as quite a hot topic through the ages. But in early 1500s, patrons of local coffee houses began to notice a correlation between the drinking of coffee and an increase in illicit gambling as well as sex. This grew to be such a common belief that in 1511 the mayor of Mecca even chose to close all of the coffee houses in the city. This, however, did not stop the rise of coffee's popularity nearly 100 years later in Europe, where coffee was looked at in a more positive light as a cure for alcoholism, an aid for digestion, and a remedy for coughs and headaches. On the other hand, it was also believed to cause sterility in both men and women towards the end of the century. In 1700s, tea had been replaced by coffee. Tea had replaced coffee in most of Europe. But in the colonies, it became the patriotic drink of choice until it was rumored to cause blindness in the 1800s. In the 1900s, suspicions about coffee grew wider, claiming that it would stunt your growth, give your children bad grades, raise your blood pressure, and raise your risk of heart attack. But that's when a change in science led to a change in such beliefs. In the 2000s, coffee had officially gone meta, and going back looking at the previous studies, scientists discovered that most previous studies were not applicable due to their lack of proper research. This, however, did not completely change perspectives on coffee. Up until 2010, coffee had a reputation for causing urinary tract cancer and lung disease. In 2011, research in 2011 said otherwise. Looking back at old research from 1960s, scientists discovered that coffee reduced the risk of stroke and prostate cancer. In 2012, it was found to lower the risk of heart failure. In 2013, lowers the risk of heart disease and helps you live longer. And to date, coffee is in everybody's book as a healthy drink of choice. Research has evolved through the years to disprove various theories on the harmful effects of coffee. So, let's review some of the most common discrepancies. For example, coffee has been accused of containing a multitude of cancer-causing substances, yet through various tests there were found to be no correlation. It has, on the other hand, in a study by Harvard's health program, shown some anti-cancer properties, with 50% of coffee drinkers being less likely to get liver cancer combined with some lesser results in forms of other cancers. Another rumor falsely assumed about coffee is that it increases the chances of a person having heart disease. It has not only been proven otherwise, but has proven to be quite the opposite in a study by Harvard University. It was proven by scientists that coffee seems to raise the levels of HDL, which actually is believed to lower a person's risk of heart disease. In other studies from Harvard, it has proven that coffee drinkers have 50% less of a chance of getting diabetes and are less likely to suffer from symptomatic Gallstrom syndrome, and also seems to protect men against Parkinson's disease. Coffee is full of astounding health benefits. It also has some unusual benefits as well. Coffee works as a deodorizer and a fertilizer. According to Reader's Digest, if you fill containers with coffee grounds, used or fresh, it can deodorize freezers or have a lovely coffee-scented air freshener. Mixing coffee grounds with plant soil promotes the growth of more acidic plants, such as tomatoes or rose bushes. Reader's Digest also claims that if you do this, the smell will keep pests away and protect your gardens. Coffee also works for personal body care. It can help you look your best. From the Latinos Health website, it shows coffee can be used to reduce eye puffiness, exfoliate, tighten, brighten your skin, as well as promote hair growth, shine, and color. Though perspectives on said beverage have varied between the pleasant to the less fortunate, coffee has proven to hold power over one's palate as well as one's curiosity. Views on coffee have shifted back and forth since the beginning and have also crossed the continental borders, serving as a symbol of patriotic behavior as well as a controversial delight.